Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer and welcome to your daily silver stacking video. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you guys realize how bullish silver really is ending the year. Usually precious metals pretty flat. I mean, it's the holidays, people are traveling, they're inside, but things are also different, right? You can look at the historical patterns, but that really doesn't matter. It's not relevant when we're looking at things that are coming forth. We're going to be talking about this stuff. Silver to test the $28 level. Silver demand shoots to its highest since 2015, coming from the Silver Institute, the holy grail of information. I mean, we're talking about a lot. This video is going to be very, very good. I really hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. We're only 11 days away from my 50,000 subscriber silver giveaway. That's also when I'll be giving away some silver to people who invest in the GSX gold secured currency, crypto backed by physical gold, mine it out of the ground. Links in the description. Everything is going to be fun and fine and dandy around here. I'm feeling the best I have in months. I think I'm going to go back to 2 videos a day. Don't hold me for it. I don't want to feel pressured, but that's my goal. 2 videos a day. I want to just get back to what I love doing. I think I'm out of that dark place from, just everything that's been going on. We don't have to talk about it, but yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm really excited about this video. Make sure you hit that like button. Let the YouTube algorithm gods do their job and promote this video. Let's jump straight into it. So look at that title, Silver Set to Test the $28 level. We've seen so many people talking about $30 to $50 silver by the end of the year. Saxo Bank, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, the Silver Institute themselves, all talking about extremely high prices. But why? Why? The holidays, that's usually not something too crazy for silver. But there's a lot of different things happening that people need to pay attention to. So the potential for gold upside has been well discussed over the recent days, but silver is also worth a look, as there are many, or there's a lot of technicals to measure risk and worth a similar fundamental story, right? Because gold has been the one that, the demand has been high, the highest since 3 years. But a lot of people don't realize silver has been as well, right? Because gold's the mascot. Gold is going to get a bigger headline. But guess what? The silver stacking community is much bigger than gold. Much bigger. My name is Silver Slayer for a reason, right? Nobody really talks about silver. It's the little brother, right? But guess what? Silver stackers have much more potential. I mean, silver has a lot more uses. We don't have to talk about that. It's a whole separate video. But the main point is that silver also has a lot going for it, and a lot more than gold if you want to look at the future that holds in front of us. So the main drive behind gold is also behind silver. But there's a lot of other reasons why silver has more potential. See, gold's key appeal at the moment is as an inflation hedge, which is also for silver, right? If central banks around the world are forced to raise interest rates to counter rising inflation, then they also run the risk of slowing growth. In the USD, US dollar is the world's reserve currency, right? Everyone across the world relies on the dollar's strength, and the dollar's only as strong as people think it is. So if people start to think the dollar isn't strong, it literally isn't, right? The only reason America is the richest country in the world is because we own the most gold. Wait, hold up, Silver Slayer. So you said we determine a country's wealth on how much gold they have, not how many dollars they have? And yes, let's apply that same principle to a person-to-person basis. So you're saying that the guy that has X amount of dollars in his bank account is irrelevant determining wealth to the guy that has the most gold. And yes, and guess what? You can replace that word gold with silver, and silver even has more potential. See, check this out. This is stagflationary environment. This is the stagflationary environment that is perfect for gold to thrive in. Silver, which is gold on steroids, will also be lifted along with gold. The key markers to look at are real yields and the dollar. The perfect scenario, the perfect storm for both gold and silver is when real yields and the USD both fall together. You know, remember the video I made the other day where the dollar was rising with silver. That doesn't happen. But times are changing. Things are changing. The perfect storm is here. The stars have aligned. If we see this environment emerge, then this should give both gold and silver a double drive higher. I mean, think about it. And silver, a triple drive higher. They haven't even talked about silver's use in the industrial sector moving forwards, the silver shortage, which is also going to be pushing the Green New Deal and solar plant. Gold has no place in that. But silver does. Watch out for the situation developing as it pays to be on top of this. Silver stackers literally always get the last laugh. And note how gold has been grinding higher despite the dollar strength for much of this week. This lets us see how strong the underlying fundamentals are. A big turnaround in the USD and yields should be rocket fuel for precious metals. Rocket fuel. People want to say, "Oh, Silver Slayer, you're just pumping silver, or No, this is literally the time. If there was ever a time throughout history for silver to really push higher or really break out, and I'm talking about beyond $50 from 1980 and 2011, this would be the time. If you want to talk about crazy high silver prices, then it would be right now throughout history. If you were from the future. If you were from the future and you look back from a timeline and you were going to say, when would you think silver prices would break out the highest? You would say right now, during this time right now, in the middle of a virus / the silver, you would say right now. This makes the most sense. And then we can go into the technicals, right? They just talked about the economy, but even the charts are showing it, even the charts. And then let's look at silver demand, which is not only mixed with gold demand, but there's also a massive silver shortage, which gold really doesn't have. So demand is irrelevant unless there's also a supply deficit, right? Low supply, high demand shoots the price up. So silver demand shoots to its highest since 2015, says the Silver Institute, which they are literally the mecca of information. They're the holy grail. When anyone gets their information, it's from the Silver Institute. They are the deliverers of information. So global silver demand will rise to 1 billion ounces this year, over 1 billion ounces, up 15% from 2020 and exceeding 1 billion ounces for the first time since 2015. The Silver Institute said in a report on Wednesday. In 2015, things were nowhere as extreme as they are today. So this is important to look at. The prediction is a slight downgrade from April, when the Institute forecasted demand at 1.033 billion ounces instead of 1.029. I mean, but regardless, they are also ones that were saying silver could be up to $30 plus, even $50 by the end of the year. And yes, silver basically is $50. If you want to go on places like Amazon and try to buy an American Eagle, it's $50. Hopefully you're not one of those people doing that though. So this virus sharply reduced use of silver by manufacturers and jewelers, but increased demand from investors who wanted a safe asset to ride out the economic turbulence. And this year, with most economies out of lockdowns, demand has risen across the board, from manufacturers of goods, including solar panels, electronics, to jewelers. And that's where gold has no place. Gold is used mainly for coins, bars, jewelry, but not has to do much with electronics or solar panels or electric vehicles. Those are the big dogs. Those are the big players where we need these metals. See, it is predicted the silver market would be undersupplied by 7 million ounces in 2021, the first deficit since 2015. And if you think about 7 million ounces undersupplied in 2021, think about 2023, 2024, when these electric vehicles, when the new Green Deal is in full effect. It hasn't even started yet. In the U.S. Mint, the Royal Mint are already literally saying they can't find enough silver to make their coins, right? The Royal Mint is literally scrapping laptops and cell phones to try to get more silver. I mean, that's how severe and dire the situation is. Those numbers exclude ETFs that store silver for investors. And imagine if they turned those contracts into physical delivery, what would we do? What would we do? The Silver Institute, whose figures are prepared by the consultants at Metals Focus, said it is expected ETFs to stockpile less than last year, but far more than was typical before this situation. Silver currently trades around $25 an ounce, from the $16 to $17 from 2015 to 19, but down from a high of $30 reached February. Now we can go into the technical analysis. If you want to watch this video, you can. I'm not going to show it. I don't want to take views away from this guy. The link will be in the description if you want to check it out. But he's just basically saying the same thing. Silver should start to rally soon, $28 to $30 targeted down the road. It is stuck between the neckline of the inverse head and shoulders pattern. It just broke out and is moving the 200-day moving average. The consolidation period should end soon, but we will want to see a solid close above the 200-day moving average before becoming bulled up too much further. So, for now, staying the course with a bullish outlook. So, and the video is explained above if you want to check it out. Now we can also go into gold demand, the highest for 3 years, which is also bullish because remember, silver follows gold. Silver is like you watch some ducks crossing the road. Silver is those little ducklings, but when those ducklings grow up, those are much bigger than the mother duck. Silver, that was a really weird metaphor, but it's the point is that silver does what gold it does times 2. If gold's going to rise 10%, silver's going to rise 15%. Gold's volcano already erupted when it broke above $2,000 last year, the highest price gold has ever been. Silver's volcano hasn't erupted yet. It's still bubbling. It's still gathering magma because it's magma when it's still in the volcano, but it's lava when it blows out, right? Yeah. So silver's magma is still bubbling. So it's going to be even more astronomical. So we can look at these figures, but just remember that, like I said earlier, these are irrelevant if there's not a supply shortage. You want to know why the premiums are so high for silver but not gold? Because silver is scarce. Go to APMEX or somewhere, try to buy gold. The premiums are near spot price. But for silver, it might be $25, but to buy an ounce of silver online, you're paying $40 minimum. There's a reason for that. And then we can go into the reason why you should buy the dip on silver now. It's not even a question. This is put as a question. Should you buy the dip in silver now or wait? But that's not a question. Red hot global inflation readings this month have sent silver prices surging to their highest since May as traders piled into inflation hedges, right? Inflation is now running at its highest in a generation, with data U.S. consumer prices in October rocketing at their fastest pace in 3 decades. And this is only bullish for precious metals, and I say only. I could think about the next 10 years. If we look at, let's think literally about this. If I was at the bar and I was talking to the guy next to me who invests in the stocks, but I invest in the precious metals, and I was talking to him, and we're talking about the next decade, I would ask him, give me even a couple of reasons why stocks are going to be bullish for the next 10 years. Knowing what we know, knowing about everything in the economy and everything given, knowing what affects the prices of precious metals and stocks, tell me why you think stocks would be more profitable than precious metals. Because we know what affects the economy. I can give you 10 reasons right now why precious metals will be bullish, and I'll give you 10 reasons why stocks won't be bullish. So it makes no sense why people could even try to make a debate that precious metals aren't the best, I don't even know what the word would be, makes the most sense. It makes the most sense. It's blatantly obvious. So anyways, silver typically performs better than gold when inflation rises. Therefore, over the long term, silver prices should remain buoyant. Silver is not only an excellent inflation hedge, but it's also a key component in everything from EVs, renewable energy, and 5G technology, and demand. And this is just in photovoltaic demand. PV cells exceed 3,000 tons by the first half of 2022. And then while the 5G rollout, which is only just the beginning, will be a major driver for demand in years to come. And silver is a much smaller market than gold. It's crazy to look at all this information. I just showed you 5 different articles all explaining extremely bullish cases and scenarios for silver, but people try to debate it or say, oh, you're a silver pumper. I'm not. I'll give you realistic opinions. Silver is not going to hit $100 next week, not next month, not next year. $50, heading into 2022, definitely possible, right? But $100 won't be until 3-4 years minimum. That's minimum. People are talking about $1,000 silver by next year. That's not realistic, folks. Silver markets, it's like the tortoise and the hare, right? The tortoise always wins, though. If you want to invest into something, a get-rich-quick scheme, invest into crypto, because precious metals is more of a long-term hedge against inflation. It's retirement. I'm not selling my silver for 20 plus years. I mean, I'm only 29 years old, so if you're someone who's older that wants to retire in the next decade or so, there's still a lot of opportunity in the next 10 years. But regardless, silver is the best hedge. If you think about money 1,000 years, if the earth survives the next 1,000 years, gold and silver will still be valuable and probably still money. It has been for 5,000 years. But do you think in 1,000 years we're still going to be using US dollars or even physical currency? No. It's going to be something like Bitcoin if money is even a thing. By then, who knows? But the point is that forever and since the beginning of man, gold and silver have been valuable or deemed as money since the beginning of man, and it always will be, and there's a reason for that. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss my 50,000 subscriber giveaway. I know we're way past 50K now, but I wanted to give this giveaway a lot of time because I want everyone to have a chance to enter. Every time we do a giveaway, usually there's people that come in and say they missed it. So hopefully, if you missed this giveaway, that means you haven't been watching my videos for more than a month. So rightfully so, I mean, you missed your chance. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.